Talking loud enough? Alright, so the picture will come up and I will ask you to identify it for me. So if you know what it is, just call out the answer. Okay? Then we'll explain why that is the correct answer, okay? And then how many of you have actual cameras that you're taking pictures with? A couple of you? So at the end of every slide, I'll pause so you guys can take the picture. Alright? Everybody's ready to go? Alright. So, can you guys tell me what kingdom this is and what organism it is? It's a plant cell.
Is it the onion?
It's not the onion.
Is it the sheep?
No, it's a plant.
Oh, it's the leaf.
Yeah, it's the Elodia. Okay?
That's the leaf.
Yes. So how did you know it was a plant cell?
Because of the shape.
It's rectangle, right? The chloroplasts. Very good. It's rectangular and you have chloroplasts. Okay, so it is the Elodia. You guys can take your photos. Alright, it is the Elodia leaf. Okay, I can switch.
Yes.
Alright, what is this?
The cheek cells.
It's the cheek cell. Good. So what organism or kingdom does it belong to?
Animal.
Animals. And how did you know it was the cheek cell? You can take your pictures at any time.
Because they're overlapping the nucleus.
They're kind of roundish, right? They overlap and they have that central nucleus. Can you guys tell me what is in the center of the nucleus? The nucleolus, okay? The nucleolus. Make sure you know that for the midterm. Alright? The nucleolus is in the center of the nucleus. Okay, can I switch? Alright. Alright, what is this?
Caucus.
Coccus. Good. It is coccus bacteria. How did you know?
It's all circular.
It's microscopic, small, and it is circular. How did you know it was the bacteria, not the fungus? There's no nucleus. Very good. Okay? So you know it's the bacteria and not the circular fungi because there is no nucleus. Are you guys alright if I switch? Okay. What is this? Spirilla. Good. It is spirilla. And how did we know it was spirilla? Yeah, because it's wavy, right? Spirally shaped. And it's pretty small. Yeah, this is spirilla. You guys can take your pictures. Okay, there's nothing else that we looked at that really looked like this house.
Will the coloring be the same?
No, the colors may not be the same at all. You okay if I switch, guys? Okay. What is this? It's a bacteria. Which one? Rod. And what's the technical name for rod? Bacillus. Good. Bacillus. Now, how did you know it was bacillus? Right? It's rectangular shape. Good. Okay, so we've now looked at all 3 bacterial shapes, okay? Make sure you guys can distinguish between the 3, okay? And make sure you know that technical name for the bacterial shapes, okay? You all right if I switch slides, guys? Okay. Oh, what's this?
Fungi.
Yes. What? Yeast. Good. Okay, this is your yeast. How did you know it was yeast? Unicellular. It's unicellular. Good. What else? The shape. Okay, it is circular. But how did you know it was yeast and not coccus? It's bigger.
Because they're not all
Different shapes. No. Okay, they are transparent, but you could get living bacteria too, which would be transparent. How do you know that this is a fungus and not a bacteria? There we go. Thank you, Violet. It has the nucleus. Okay, remember in lab, I said make sure you can tell apart the yeast from the coccus bacteria. And the sure way to tell is that the yeast has a nucleus. Yes, they're both yeast.
You just can't see the
No, you can see the cell wall more so on the left picture, and you can see the nucleus more so on the right picture. That's why I put 2 different ones up there. You guys okay if I switch? Alright, what is this? Can you guys tell me the kingdom first?
protest.
Protist! Very good. It's a protist. Do you guys know what one? Euglena. Very good. How did we know it was Euglena? The shape. The shape. Good. It's oval. It's green. And what else did you say? Sorry, Renee? Oh, okay. So it's oval. It's green. And what else can we visibly see in it? The nucleus. Good. Okay, it's oval, it's green, and we can see the nucleus. Alright, you guys okay if I switch? Alright, what's this? Diatoms, alright? That one's pretty easy. It's protists. It's the diatoms. It's the only one that looks like this, right? The one that looks like the little jewels. Okay? They vary in shape. You guys all right if I swap slides? Yes? Yes. Okay. What is this? Amoeba. This is the amoeba. How did you know that, Susan?
Because it moves.
Well, it's not moving in the picture.
There's those legs. I just remember the pictures.
What are those legs called? Or feet? Pseudopods. Good. You can see the little pseudopods here, and you can see the nucleus. Now, you You guys will never have a living amoeba because not everyone got to see one. But you can definitely have the preserved amoebas on your exam. Okay? Alright, you guys okay if I switch? Alright, what's this? Oh, close, yeah. Parameciums. These are the paramecium. Here, here's mine. Sorry, it's being delayed. The paramecium will pop up on the bottom there. So this is the paramecium. How did you know? Shape. The shape is oval. Okay, what else? Ah, the cilia. Yes, you can see the cilia. What else? There's one more thing, guys. The big thing in the middle. The macronucleus. Okay? Now, don't confuse this with euglena because they look pretty similar, right? Yeah. At least the preserved ones do. These guys have a macronucleus. The nucleus is much, much bigger. Okay? Yeah. You guys okay if I switch? Alright, what is this? Moss. Moss. Okay. There we go. Oops, sorry. This is the moss. And how did you guys know it was the moss? Okay. The lecture students are because of the capsule, right? It's got the capsule. Okay. One, it's small, right? It's growing low to the ground. And in this case, you can see the sporophyte with the capsule. So this is the living version of the guy that was in the glass jar on your tables. Okay? So this is your moss. You guys alright to switch it? Okay. Ferns. Okay. How did we know it was a fern? Okay, what about the leaves?
Oh, they have sori on the bottom.
Okay, we can't see the sori. But the leaves are branched, right? It's the only plant we looked at that had the branched leaves. Okay? Now, one more important thing about the fern that's not on this slide. Do you guys remember the name of the gametophyte stage that you had to measure?
That heart-shaped thing?
The heart-shaped thing, yes. What's the name of it? Starts with a P. It's the prothallus. Okay? So make sure you guys also know that the gametophyte of the fern is the heart-shaped prothallus. Okay? The gametophyte stage of the fern is the heart-shaped prothallus. Yes?
What is the spiral part?
The fiddlehead. The spiral part's the fiddlehead. Alright? You guys okay if I switch slides? What do you think, guys?
Skeletal and
They're both the same kind. What are they? Skeletal muscle. This is the other skeletal muscle. Okay? You know because it's multinucleated. Okay, all those little purple guys are the nuclei. And it is striated. You can clearly see the striations, those vertical lines. Okay? So those are the two kinds of skeletal muscle that you need to be aware of, the two preps, okay? So remember, characteristics of skeletal muscle is multinucleated. That's your key one. And it is striated. Multinucleated is your main one for skeletal. Okay? You guys alright if I switch? What is this?
Cat's over.
Cat. The cat what? The cat what? What part of the cat is it?
Ovary.
The ovary. How do we know it's the ovary? The follicle cell, which is the egg, right? These guys right here. And here. And those are your egg cells. So this is the cat ovary. Okay? You know that because you have these egg cells. Okay? You guys alright if I switch? What's this? Cardia? It's smooth muscle. So, smooth muscle is spindle-shaped and has a centrally located nucleus. Okay? So we have this kind of almond or eye shape to it where it's thicker in the center and tapered towards the sides. Okay? You can see that up here as well and over here. Sorry, this is a little fuzzy. And they have a single centrally located nucleus. That's what those dark spots are. Okay? So smooth muscle is spindle-shaped and has a centrally located nucleus. Are you guys okay if I switch?
I was driving.
Yes?
I had to do camera.
We're good? You two that are standing in the back, Heather and Victor, if you want chairs, you can go into the other lab room or in the corner.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right? What is this?
Rat testicles.
Rat test.
Rat what?
Testes.
Testes. Good. The testes. And you know that because of the seminiferous tubules, okay, all these little round guys, little circle, little cells around the outside. You can see them a little better, and this one's just bigger. These guys are on the outside. Those are your seminiferous tubules. And you have this swirly stuff in the middle, which is your sperm. No. You just need to be able to tell that this is testes. I'm telling you how you can identify it as testes. Okay? But what would you do if I gave you something like this that didn't have the sperm in the middle? No, if I just gave you that.
That one?
Could you tell me it was a testes? Okay? Seminiferous tubules and the sperm in the middle.
Is this gonna have the testes gonna be in the purple dye?
You never know. It could be in any color. It could be in green. It could be in rainbow. It could be in anything. Don't count on the color. Okay? You guys okay if I switch? Yes?
Yes.
What is this?
That is cardiac muscle.
Okay, it is cardiac. How did you know?
What's it
It's
called?
characteristic of cardiac muscle. Anyone?
The nucleus?
Not okay. Well, it has a single
There
nucleus.
is,
Those aren't all nucleus. No. You have intercalated discs.
oh,
Yeah. Okay.
These are
So
all-
this is the nucleus. This big fat guy in the center. But this guy running vertical. Okay. All these guys that are running perpendicular to the nucleus. Those are intercalated discs. Okay. So we have some up in here. You have some running this way in here. Now remember what I told you in lab. It's hard for us to see these in our microscopes because they suck. But if I were to give you cardiac muscle, it would very obviously have intercalated discs. So it would look more like this guy right here. Okay, where it would very obviously have those intercalated discs. Otherwise it would not give it to you. Okay? But those are, yes, these vertical lines right here.
Oh, okay.
Look like nuclei?
Well, those are nuclei.
Oh, just because there's so
Yes.
in each.
Yes. Okay? You guys ready for me to switch? Yes? All right. So we're done with slides. Okay, any slide that is on your final, you have just seen. All right. So now we're going to go through your dissections. We're going to start at the starfish and end at the frog. Okay? This guy you don't need to know. That's just the stomach. Okay? What is this right here?
No, that's
Yeah, reproductive gland or gonad. Okay? The reproductive gland or the gonad. You guys need a minute to pull your sheets out? Starfish. Should I click on the next one? What are these guys right here? Lateral canal. The lateral canal. What is this right here? Radial canal. That is the radial canal. And what is this right here? Digestive gland. Very good. Digestive gland. Is the digestive gland away from the left? No, remember reproductive gland and digestive gland are in both sides of the arm. But the reproductive gland sits underneath the digestive gland. And usually this digestive gland has a much darker brown appearance to it. Okay? Your reproductive gland looks more jelly-like almost. And this looks more like fiber or cloth almost. You can very distinctively tell the difference when you're looking at them. They look different. You guys okay if I switch pictures? All right. What is this right here?
Veins.
Yes. It's referring to this little guy right here. And it's your radial canal. All right. What is this right down? Radial All right. It wasn't on there. So, heart time. Does everybody have this figure up and ready to go? Now, what's the first thing you must do when you're given a heart? Know which side is what. So, looking at the screen, what would be the left side? Our right side is the pig heart's left. How can you tell that this guy right here is left? This right here. The thickness of the outside wall. Okay? It's much thicker than this right here, which is the right side. Okay? So the first thing you always do when you get the heart is to determine what's left side, what's right side. Okay? Then what should you do next? Once you know left from right, what should you do next? I would say hit the left ventricle first because it's the easiest thing to identify. Alright? But we're going to start right here. Okay? What is this structure? Yeah, it's the aorta. It is the aorta. Okay? The one blood vessel you guys need to know. Okay? Then we have this right here, which is not something you guys need to know. It is the aortic semilunar. Okay? I put it on here so you guys don't confuse it with the two valves you do need to know. Alright? This is your aortic semilunar right here. What is this structure? Left atrium. Okay? Left side, we've already determined that. Opening up top makes it the atrium. Alright? What is this right here?
Bicuspid.
Okay, I'm hearing tri and bicuspid. Which one's on the left? The bicuspid. Okay? The bicuspid is on the left. What is this? That is your left ventricle. That is your left ventricle. What is this right here? That would be your right ventricle. What is this right here? Your tricuspid. What is this guy right up here? That is your right atrium. You guys ready for me to switch? Yes? Alright. So what do we have to do first? Left versus right. What's the left side?
The thicker.
Left is the left. Good. The left is the left. Okay? This is the left side right here. How did we know that was left? Look at how much thicker this is right here than right here. Okay, that tells you left. Okay? What is this right here? The right atrium. The right atrium. Good. Now this guy is not something that you needed to know. That is your pulmonary semilunar. Okay? Not something you will be tested on, but it's in there because I don't want you to confuse it with the valve that is not here but should be right here. All right? What is this right down here? That's your right ventricle. Okay, that's your right ventricle. Now, normally your tricuspid, there's a bit of the flap here. Your tricuspid sits right in here, but it's been removed. Okay? So normally your tricuspid would sit right up here. What is this down here? Your left ventricle. This. Your bicuspid. What is this? Left atrium. No, you do not need to know the semilunars, right? Because not everybody got to see them on their hearts. The only valves you need to know are the two cuspid valves. When they are on the pictures, though, I'm pointing them out so you don't confuse them with the other guys that you need to know. Are you guys okay if I switch? All right. So, we're progressively getting a little bit more difficult here. What's the left side here?
Left and right.
Left end.
Both outside or left?
Sorry, what do you say, Donna? Say it louder. Both sides are the left. The outermost parts are both left sides, okay? So this is left here, sorry. This is left here, and that's left there. Okay? The heart has been cut in half and opened like a book. Okay? So this is left. That is also left. Okay? You can tell by the thickness of the wall. Okay? Is everybody that far with me? Okay? Now, what is this up here? The aorta. Okay. That is your aorta. What is this and this?
Right atrium.
That's your
And
left
pulmonary.
atrium. Your left atrium. So this guy is your aortic semilunar. That's your aortic semilunar. Which would make this guy your
Left ventricle.
bicuspid. Because the bicuspid is on the left, okay?
Earlier, when you said the aortic segment was up by the aorta.
It is. See? Your aorta is right here. This is your aortic semilunar that connects your ventricle to your aorta. What is this down here? That's your left ventricle. What is this here and this here? Which one?
Right atrium.
That's your right atrium. Okay. What is this and this? Yes, that is your tricuspid. Okay. What is this here and that there? It's your right ventricle, then. Right ventricle. Okay. What's this right here? That is your left ventricle. What is this? That is your bicuspid. Okay. What is this right here? Left atrium. That? That is your aortic summit. Very good. Okay, and the last guy is your aorta. Now, I want you guys to be careful because on your hearts, remember you're going to have both halves present. Whether it's open like a book like this or open like a notebook at the top, okay? You'll still have both halves of the heart. So make sure in each half that you can identify yourself on left versus right, okay? I think that this is probably the hardest dissection in terms of orientation because if you get left and right confused, you're going to get all of your answers incorrect, all right? So make sure you can tell left from right. That is the most important thing, and I cannot help you with that during the exam, okay? So you have to be able to look at the heart and tell me whether it's left and right. This way and that way. That's your brain. Okay. Thicker on the left. Yes, thicker on the left.
Hold on. Here.
Yes. Are you guys okay if I switch? Okay, now we're on to the brain. Okay. Okay. Now we're on to the brain. Yes. Okay. So you will on your exam have a whole sheep brain and a half sheep brain. So you need to know both, okay? Oh, hold on, alrighty. This whole thing is your cerebrum. Okay, this whole big front part. What is this here?
It's fine, don't worry.
Cerebellum. Because you're on the back, right? You're looking from the top. Yeah. Your cerebellum. What's this here? Brain stem. What's this here? Yeah. What's this right now? What's your longitudinal fissure? No, that's not something you had to identify on your list. That's inside. No, your medulla is underneath. Okay, so this is looking down on top of the brain. You guys okay if I switch? Now, this is ventral side of the brain, so underneath. Okay? What is this right here? Say it one more time. Olfactory. I just didn't hear you. Olfactory bulb. I just didn't hear you. Olfactory bulb. Okay? What is this? Close. Optic chiasma. Optic chiasma. What is this right here? That's the medulla. That's the medulla. Just for point of reference, your pons would be up here. Okay, but you can't see it because this large guy is right here, which is the pituitary. Okay, but your pons would be right up in here. Oh, so what is this? Your brainstem, spinal cord. what was this that just popped up? Fourth ventricle. Okay. So now we're looking at the half braids. Okay. This is the front end of your cerebrum, and this is the tail end toward your spinal cord, just so you guys can see your orientation. Okay. What is this right here?
Third.
That is your third ventricle. What is this guy right here? That's your corpus callosum. Okay, this roundabout guy right here. That is your corpus callosum. Okay, what is this circle right here? Your optic nerve. Okay. What is this circle right here? Your thalamus. What is this little guy right here? The hypothalamus. Okay. Remember, hypo means below. Now, it's a little hard to see, sorry. There's a little line right here. What is supposed to be sitting right here?
Pituitary.
The pituitary gland. Right, the pituitary gland. Yes, right here, Sue. This guy right here. Okay. What is this one right here? Pineal gland. Pineal gland. What is this? Super close. Superior colliculus. Superior colliculus. Are you remembering? Yeah. Good for you. What is this right here? Pons. Your view on this. Yes. Your favorite's coming up. Okay, Donna, what's this? The medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata. Water boy. My mom is sad. My mom is sad. She's a dim. Yeah. Adam Sandler. He's like Nicholas. That's the It's fine. That's not what we will be focused on. Got it?
Oh, it's really good. You can see the laser pointer there. Yeah, I've always been
All right.
stop now.
So same view, same cut, just a little shriveled. Okay, so what is this right here?
Superior.
Fourth ventricle. What is this right here?
Third ventricle.
Third ventricle. What is this?
Thalamus.
Corpus callosum. What is this here?
Optic nerve.
Optic nerve. What is this? Thalamus. What's this?
Hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. What's this?
No.
Pineal. Pineal.
Pea gland. Pea gland.
Alright. What is this down here? That's your pituitary. Okay. What is this?
Hypothalamus.
Yes. Superior colliculus.
No.
What's this? That's the pons. And medulla. Okay. Now, pineal and pituitary, very common for students to mix up because they're both P glands, right? Now, pineal is always in the middle of the brain. Middle of the brain. Okay? Pineal's inside the brain. Pituitary hangs from the brain. Pineal is inside. Pituitary hangs. So it's on the outside. Next switch that.
No.
Is that your no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was a no. Okay, now I'm done.
Colliculus.
You're gonna lick it.
Call it.
You're gonna lick it.
Yeah.
You're gonna lick it. As long as you can write it.
Done back your troublemaker?
Yep, done.
Yeah? Alright. Alright. Same orientation, same cut. What is this? Fourth ventricle. Don't look at your sheets by this point. What is this? Third ventricle. What's this guy? Corpus callosum. Corpus callosum. What is this?
Optic nerve.
Optic nerve. This guy? Thalamus. Hypothalamus. Penial. Good. Penial. Pituitary. What's this?
Superior.
Superior colliculus. Superior colliculus. What's this? Pons. Medulla oblongata.
You're helping us remember.
Oh. Are you guys okay with this? Can we switch it? All right. So this should look familiar. This is what you did this week.
Broad internal orifice.
Well, Saturday students did it today. So yeah, you should know this. Have you decided to pull up the frog notes?
Not bones,
Bones are coming after. So we're doing frog internal and then frog bones.
So liver, large intestines, small.
You guys ready? I believe we start here. What is this? Okay, well it's the right lung, but it's a lung. That's all you need to know. Okay? It's the lung. What is this?
Liver.
That's your liver. Okay? What is this right here?
Small intestine.
Okay, so
That's
the small
large.
intestine.
That's the
Can you
largest
hazard
spread.
a guess as to what of the three parts it is?
The middle part?
It is the ileum.
Ileum is
I
present.
just didn't remember the name.
It is the ileum. For point of reference, this is your stomach right here. So this right here would be your duodenum. All right?
Going into the stomach.
Yes. Comes right after your stomach. This guy right here would be your duodenum.
but that's pretty out.
Coming out of the stomach. It's right next to the stomach. I knew it.
Oh, you just want to make sure.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be the ileum because it would be considered middle of the small intestine. Now remember, you can't ask, is this duodenum or is this ileum? I cannot answer that. You can ask about pin placement. Is this upper intestine right under the stomach, or is it middle of the intestine? That's a question I can answer.
So right under is.
The duodenum. It's right here. Yes.
And the next section is the middle.
Yes, and the middle is the ileum. Okay, what is this right here?
Kidneys. Kidneys.
Yeah.
That's like
It's
kidneys.
the kidney. I heard someone say it. It is the kidney. It is the kidney. Now, just for reference, anybody want to have their guess as to what this is?
Heart.
What part of the heart?
That is the ventricle.
Very nice. The ventricle.
Ventricles lighter than the rest.
Don't have you label it because you can't see the atrium, so it's not really fair. All right, but it is the ventricle. You guys okay with this switch?
Why do you have an X on the ventricle?
Because based on this orientation, it's not easy to tell what it is.
Oh.
And this is not my figure, the arrows are already pre-put there. So I don't require you to know all of this. I borrowed this figure from someone else. Okay? All right. What is this? That is the oh, we don't start there. What is this?
The large intestine.
The large intestine. What is this? That is the spleen. Good. The spleen.
Small
What is
nerves.
it? Fat body. That's the fat body. There we go. And what's this? That's your lung. Got it. That's your lung, right? Yeah, that would be your lung. You guys okay with the switch? Okay.
Okay, so
What
that's
is
the
this right
thing.
here?
That's liver,
Liver. What is this right here?
large
Large
intestine.
intestine. All right, and this little guy over here is your spleen. Right? Right about here, guys. Good? All right. What is
Liver.
this? That would be your liver. What is this?
Small intestines.
What is this?
That's right.
Large intestine. What is this?
Small.
What part of the small intestine? Ileum. Good. Your ileum. Where would your duodenum be?
So here.
Right about here. Your duodenum right here. Where would your jejunum be? This is your jejunum right here. Okay? This little guy right here is part of your jejunum. Okay? What is this? That is your ventricle. Now, there aren't lines for them, but we're
Required to
going
know
to do the
what.
2 atriums, okay? What is this guy right here? That is your left atrium. What's this one? Right. Okay, the bullfrogs are no longer out, but in this guy you can even see the slight color difference, okay? Left atrium is slightly darker, and the right atrium is a little bit more of a beige color. Alright, but you can't rely on color differentiation because of the preservatives. So remember to put yourself in the place of the frog, okay? Your left is its right. And if you don't remember that, just turn around and put yourself in the place of the frog on the exam. Alright? Whatever you need to do. Yes, this is left here. This is right here. Can I switch? Okay, let's do frog bones. Okay. Are we ready? Yes? What's this guy right here?
Femur.
Femur. Okay, remember, these bones are somewhat similar to ours. There's just a few exceptions that are quite different. This is one of them. What's this guy? It's the ileum. Now, frogs have 2 ileums. I-L-E-U-M, which is in the intestine. I-L-I-U-M, which is in the bones.
Eyes.
Okay? Don't worry, both won't be in a selection. That's just alright? But you're not going crazy, there are 2 ileums. Alright? What's this right here?
Radial ulna.
Radio ulna. It's a modified bone for the frog. Radio ulna.
Radio ulna.
Alright, what is this guy here? Not quite, it's the maxillary.
Max.
The maxillary. Where's your maxilla, guys?
Uh-huh.
No, that's your mandible. Upper part, your upper jaw is your maxilla. Your lower jaw is your mandible. Okay, what's this guy right here? Right here? His arm. It's because I skipped this one, that's why you're thinking I'm crazy. What's this?
Scapula. Scapula.
That is the scapula. What is this guy here? Yes, it is your humerus. What's this guy right in the middle? Urostyle. It's the urostyle. And what's this guy right here?
Tibia, fibula.
Tibia something, yes.
Tibia.
Yes. The tibiofibula. Victor?
Huh? No.
You're never gonna live it down. Alright, tibiofibula. And just so you guys are aware, this is dorsal, meaning you're looking down on the frog's back. Okay, can I switch guys? Alright, so this is belly. Okay, this is ventral. I'm going to say we start at the jaw.
Maxillary.
Okay, so you have your maxilla. What is this right here?
Radial ulna. Radial ulna.
Radial ulna. Radial ulna. What is this guy right here?
Urostyle.
Urostyle. What is this?
Tibio. Fibula. Tibula. Fibula.
Tibiofibula. 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 What is this guy right here? The femur. What is this guy right here?
Oh. Ilium.
Ilium. What is this guy right here?
Humerus.
That's your humerus. The bones are the same. But Selma has a good question. She's asking, how will we know if we're looking dorsal or ventral? That point's not important for your exam, but you can tell the major bones either way. But specifically, you can tell by looking at this guy because you can see the ribs right here, and then you cannot see the scapulas. So you can see right here. Okay, your pectoral girdle's here, no scapula. So that tells you that you're looking at the belly.
But he's on his back.
He's on his back right now. That's just placement. No, you're going to see the exact ones that are on the back bench today. You're going to see those exact skeletons up there. Okay. All right. What is this right here? Parietal. Parietal's the top. Okay. What is this right here? Frontal. What is this right here? Occipital. And what is this guy right here? Temporal. Okay? So, this would be frontal. This would be parietal. This would be occipital. And this would be temporal.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
Right.
It's associates.
You guys want to do arm and leg bones? Yes? Okay. We'll demonstrate on me. I'll be your model today. What is this bone right up in here? Humerus. What is this guy right here?
Radial.
Radius. How do we know this one's the radius? Extend it out. Because it connects to your thumb, right? So this is your radius. What is this?
Ulna.
That is your ulna because it connects to your pinky. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm not lifting my legs over my head. But what's your thigh bone? Your femur. And then you have two lower leg bones. What is the big one in front? Tibia. What's the little guy in back? Fibula. Fibula. One that tells little i's is the fib. Okay? So you guys need to know arm and leg bones, what we just reviewed, they're how many, okay? And the 4 skull bones. Okay. Let's pull out your study guides. Let's pull out your study guides.
Mine's in my car. I don't have to put it back in there. Last name. Last name.
Okay. Everybody ready? Yes. How long am I going to be doing this? I want to say probably 25 minutes or so.
Let's go over 18.
Okay. We'll try and go as quickly as possible. Okay, exercise 15. Animal characteristics. Okay? You can pull these from your pre-lab notes. It might be the easiest. Okay? But what allows you to identify each animal as that major group? So what allows you to identify sharks as sharks? What allows you to identify bony fish as bony fish? Amphibians as amphibians, reptiles as reptiles, birds as birds, and mammals as mammals. Okay, so major characteristics from each group. Does that make sense, guys? So, basic things. What kind of symmetry do they have? What kind of digestive system do they have? Okay? None of that should be particularly difficult because at that point they're all the same. Alright? So what allows you to tell those major groups from one another? Okay? Does that make sense? Chordate characteristics. There are 5 of them. You have, give me one. Notochord. You have the notochord. What else? Pharyngeal pouches or gills. Okay, pharyngeal pouches or gills. Give me another one. Myotomes or muscle blocks. Myotomes or muscle blocks. What's another one? Dorsal hollow nerve cord. What's the last one? Postanal tail. Of these 5, what is the one characteristic that humans have when they're fully developed? Dorsal hollow nerve cord. Dorsal hollow nerve cord. That's the only one we still have as humans. Okay, starfish structures. That's their dissection that we did, the pictures. Okay? All right, you guys ready for 16? Enzymes and their reactions. Now, we looked at 2 enzymes. Can you guys give me one? Do you remember? There's two of them. Urease. Okay, so urease was one of them. Urease was the enzyme. So, what would be the reactant for the urease enzyme? Urea. So your reactant is urea. What would be the products? Ammonia and carbon dioxide. Ammonia and carbon dioxide. Okay, so that's one of the two enzymes. You guys remember the other one? Starts with a C. Catalase. Catalase. So what did catalase break down? Hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide. And what did it break it down into? Does it help you if I tell you the chemical formula for hydrogen peroxide is H2O2? Water and oxygen. Water and oxygen. So in that case, the reactants, or reactant, is hydrogen peroxide. The products are water and oxygen. And then the very last part of it says, do all enzymes react with all reactants? No. Okay, so we're completely done that. You guys don't have to do any additional work on that one. All right? Now, exercise 17, the first part says, what is cellular respiration, both aerobic and anaerobic? I just want definition. What is aerobic cellular respiration? What is anaerobic cellular respiration? Okay? So the next one says, where does it take place in the leaf? First of all, does the leaf undergo aerobic respiration? Yes or no? Yes. Aerobic. Aerobic. Yes, leaves have aerobic cellular respiration. Do they have anaerobic cellular respiration? No. Okay, so don't let that fool you. We're talking about leaves. They have aerobic, but not anaerobic. Okay? Where does it take place in the leaf? So where does aerobic cellular respiration take place? Mesophyll. The mesophyll. So remember, relate this back to the slide of the leaf and remember what the mesophyll was. So the pointer is pointing to the mesophyll and it asks you, what processes take place in this tissue? You can tell me. Okay? Aerobic. We're not finished yet though. Okay. Then you have this last little bit that says, what color does the indicator turn each of the products? Okay? This was when you had the three setups, the human, the peas, and the yeast. And you put bromethol blue into it, and then glue into it. What color did it turn? Green. Green. It turned green. So what does the green color indicate to you?
What?
The indicator turned green. What does that mean? What did we do in exercise 17? No. What were we doing in exercise 17? Cellular respiration. So it went from blue to green, and what does that indicate? That carbon dioxide was present. That carbon dioxide was present. I also want you guys to add a little note in here. Understand figure 17-1. That's in your pre-lab notes. Understand figure 17-1. Okay? We're done with 17 now. Says, what is photosynthesis? So I'll give you the definition. Okay? And then it asks you where in the leaf does photosynthesis take place? So where does it take place? Yes, now I'm really asking. Where does photosynthesis take place in the leaf? In the chloroplast, but where are the chloroplasts located? What part of the leaf? That's what I'm asking you.
The good part.
A good part. No, the one that starts with the M. Mesophyll. The mesophyll. The mesophyll. So, again, for those leaf slides, guys, okay, well, for your stems, all right, you need to know xylem and phloem. That's actually exercise 2. Okay, so for stems, you need to know xylem and phloem. For leaves, you need to know xylem, phloem, and what the mesophyll is, okay? So if the arrow's pointing to the mesophyll, and the question asks you, what processes take place in this tissue, what would you tell me? Photosynthesis and, I can't hear you. Aerobic cellular respiration. What does not take place there? Anaerobic. Good. Don't let that throw you because leaves do not undergo anaerobic cellular respiration. It's a trick question. Okay. My question was, what processes take place in the mesophyll? That was my question to you. What processes take place in the mesophyll? Okay. So exercise 19 says vascular tissue in plants. So both in stems and in leaves, be able to identify xylem and phloem. Okay. Then it says characteristics of each vascular tissue. So tell me about the xylem. It's hollow. Transports water upwards, and one more thing. It's non-living. Good. Okay? So your xylem, large hollow tubes. Transports water upwards. And is non-living. Now we're talking about xylem stuff. So 3 things to xylem. Large hollow tubes, that's what it looks like. Its function is to transport water upwards, and it is non-living. Everybody get that down. Okay, tell me about the phloem. It's living. Transports glucose downwards. And what does it look like? What does it look like? It's smaller and typically has a colored center to it. Okay? So your phloem is living, transports glucose downwards, and is smaller and typically has a colored center to it. Everybody get that? Yes? Okay, exercise 20. First one, blood types. I wasn't actually asking you, I was just saying blood types, but thank you. So, what types can donate to other types? Okay. What type is the universal donor? What type is the universal recipient?
AB.
AB. So for this, you guys need to know table 15 from the lab report 20. Table 15 from lab report 20. Okay, that's the one we did up on the board, right, where we went through and we said, can this person donate to this person? Can they donate to this person? Can they donate to that person? You will see that table on your final. You need to understand it. So that if I give you that table and I ask you who can receive blood from a donor that is type B, you can look at that table and tell me. Does that make sense? Okay? So look at that table, understand that table. Do you need to memorize it? No. It will be provided for you. Make sure you understand it. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. Structures of the pig heart. Dissection. All right? Pictures that we labeled today. No, we're still in 20. The second one on 20. Okay? Structures of the pig heart. Okay? Blood flow through the heart. Flow chart that I put on Blackboard for you guys would be the easiest way to do it. We're still on exercise 20. Okay? So structures of the pig heart, you're literally going to have a pig heart with pins through stuff. And you guys need to tell me what it is. Okay? Or you may see that model of the human heart with something pinned and you need to tell me what structure it is. Then we have blood flow. In the pig heart and through the human heart, it's the same thing. So you may see it in the actual pig heart or with the human heart model on the side. Okay? Exact same concept, does not change, all right? Now, please be careful with the blood flow questions. They're going to be worded a lot like your mitosis question, all right? Meaning, you will have a structure pinned, but the question is actually asking you, where does blood go to next, or where did the blood come from? Okay? So you need to be able to pull together the anatomy with the blood flow. Does that make sense, guys? Okay? So that'll be tricky. I'll remind you of that at the exam time. To pay attention to the wording. But make sure if I give you a dissected pig heart and something's pinned, you can look at that pin and start blood flow from that point. Or work your way backwards. That's how well you should know. Okay? And the easiest way to do it, guys, is just write it over and over and over and over and over again. That's how I memorized it. Alright? It's the easiest way to do it. Okay? You ready for 21? Yes, Mary. Oh, no, it's in your actual report that you did.
Okay.
It's in the lab report that we did that I sign off at the end,
Okay.
yes. For blood flow? Yeah, that's the easiest way to learn it. In terms of writing it, you have to be able to take that flow chart and apply it to the heart. Does that make sense, Selma? Okay. Exercise 21. You guys ready for this? Now, if you remember from lab, we talked about this. It says, what is the purpose of invaginations or evaginations in body organs? What's an invagination? What's an invagination? Inside. Inside. What's an evagination? Outside. So, in organisms in this chapter, what did invaginations give us? We have them in the pelvis. What was the purpose of exercise 21, guys? Respiration. So what were the invaginations? Lungs. What were the evaginations? Gills. Remember this? Okay, so it's asking you what is the purpose of invaginations or evaginations in body organs? So what is the function of lungs and gills? Gas exchange. Gas exchange. But what do they also do? What are the lungs and gills designed to do? That's direct. Why are they highly branched? Let's go that way. I know someone remembers it. Increase the surface area. To increase the surface area. Very good. For both invaginations and evaginations. Their purpose is for gas exchange, and they are designed to increase the surface area. All right. Now the next one says structures and functions of the human respiratory system. This combines figure 21-2 in the pre-labs, 21-2 in the pre-labs, to Question 3 in the lab report. Not all the way through. Figure 21-2. That gives you the structures. It's a picture with the structures. And then question 3 in the lab report gives you their functions. So it's a combination of those two. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? It's a lot, yes. Okay, exercise 22. We ready for that, guys? Different parts of the kidney. Model. Model on the side with a green background. Make sure you have a picture of it. Make sure you know the parts from the list given to you in question 24 in your lab report for that. Okay? So, the list is in number 24 on your lab report. The model's on the side. So you need to know all of the parts that are given to you in number 24 and put them on the model. Does that make sense? Yes? 24 in lab report 22. Okay?
Question 24, and what else?
Sorry, ma'am?
And what else?
Question 24 from the lab report. And you need to find that list on the model on the side. So you wanted to have a picture of that model. Okay? Functions of the parts of the nephron. This is figure 22-3. Figure 22-3. Okay, that just gives you the picture that you will see. You need to go through the picture and give the function of those parts. So what's the function of the Bowman's capsule? What's the function of the loop of Pennell? What's the function of the collecting tubule? Okay, so you find that in your notes in the pre-lab. Okay? So that question comes entirely from the pre-labs of exercise 22. All right? You guys okay? Exercise 23, sheep, brain, whole, and half. Dissection. Okay? Pictures that we did. Okay. Exercise 24. Human skull, arm, and leg bones. We've already reviewed those. Okay? You will see the skull on the side and you will see the fully articulated human skeleton. Okay? Yes? All right. Exercise 25. Types of muscle types of muscle actions. We're talking about pronation, supination, extension, flexion, circumduction, abduction, adduction. Okay, remember all those ones that I demonstrated to you in lab? You will see a picture of a muscle action and you must tell me what it is. All right? So it was also, I think, on the back page of that lab report for exercise 25. On the back page of the lab report. Exercise 25, second question, types of muscle tissue. So we looked at 3, but we had 4 slides. Okay? 2 skeletal, 1 smooth, 1 cardiac. So this is going to be a slide question. You have to identify the type of muscle tissue. Is it smooth? Is it cardiac? Is it skeletal? Then you also have to tell me if it's voluntary or involuntary. So let's do them very quickly. What is smooth muscle? Involuntary. It is involuntary. What about cardiac? Involuntary. Involuntary. Skeletal.
Voluntary.
Voluntary. Go. Okay, that's it for 25, guys. 26. Structures of the male and female reproductive system. You will see those exact models on the exam. Take pictures of them. Use your reproductive anatomy list that's on Blackboard. Those are the structures you need to know as they pertain to those models. Okay? Then flow of sperm through the male and female reproductive system. Again, this will come from those two models. So it'll be similar to the heart question. There will be a pin on a structure. And you will need to tell me, where does the sperm go to next? Or where did the sperm come from? And both male and female are gained. Okay? So we're talking about flow of sperm during fertilization. Okay? So you will have the male and you will have the female. One of them will be asking you. Okay? Then the last part it says microscopic structures of the male and female reproductive system. Cat, ovary, rat, testes. So slide picture. Alright? The slide pictures. Okay. Cat and rat. Be able to tell me what the ovary is and what the testes is by looking at the microscope. Okay, exercise 27 is dealing all with genetics. So these are just definitions, guys. What does dominant mean? What does recessive mean? What does genotype mean? What is phenotype? What is homozygous? What is heterozygous? Now, the last part. When is the dominant trait expressed in the phenotype? When is the recessive trait expressed in the phenotype? Think of the question you guys have on this week's quiz. Extremely similar to something you're going to see on the final. Okay? So think about the question you had on this week's quiz. That's going to be really similar to what you see on your final. Okay? So this is all like a written theoretical question. There's no models or anything to go with it. Just making sure you understand genetics. Okay? No, you don't write anything. It's all multiple choice. But it doesn't come with a model or a picture. It's just a question. Okay? Then exercise 28, pretty self-explanatory. Frog skeleton, you will see the actual skeletons that we had in lab. The pictures that we did, okay? Frog heart. There will be a pin through a frog heart. You need to tell me, is it left atrium, right atrium, or the ventricle? And then frog internal structures. So your frog anatomy list and the pictures that we did during review. Okay? Now, before you guys get up and running, okay? Those of you who still want to review